This design was made in a wedding bell, which is a plastic microphone-shaped holder with a ball of foam inside to keep the materials hydrated. The flowers radiate out from the center, following a graduated placement where the smaller buds sit at the tips and the fuller blooms are positioned closer to the center. This helps create the crescent shape. The graduation isn't very strong though, and bringing the focal flowers further down, as well as extending both sides slightly, would have strengthened the overall form. The crescent tips are also too small, but because both sides are perfectly symmetrical, the design still has visual and actual balance with a steady sense of rhythm. The chasmanthium adds movement and pulls the pink peach tones from the tulipa down the design. The smooth petals of the tulipa contrast well against the rougher limonium clusters. The tulipa acts as the main focal, with a secondary focal placed just underneath to help enlarge and emphasize it. There is a good mix of positive and negative space, and the size is suitable for a smaller bride or for myself to hold comfortably. The handle was difficult to conceal because the ribbon available was slightly transparent, so some of the attachment method is still visible. The design has an even amount of flowers all around the bouquet, so the bride and guests see the same thing from every angle. This supports both visual and actual balance. Some of the astrantia had to be wired with a double leg mount because the stems were too flimsy to insert into the foam. The foam and its white cage are hidden as much as possible and aren't visible. The handle banding is neat and secure, which is an improvement from my semi-crescent bouquet where the ribbon fell off. Pot tape was used as the main fixing method for strength, and Oasis Fix was placed under the final ribbon layer so the mechanic stayed hidden. What could be improved is the placement of the clematis leaves. Ideally, they would come further down the crescent, but the stems weren't long enough and adding too much would have made the tips bulky. A lightweight, flexible foraged foliage would have been more suitable. The bare grass helps to bring the green down to the ends, but a longer textured foliage could have created a cleaner transition.